what are the productivity tools you use the most for saving time? Good question. And I'll start out with one that I think is really interesting and everyone should try. I've tried it throughout the years. I've been impressed more with how it's working lately, and that's rescue time. So just to upfront answer the question, I'm not saying that this is the end all be all for everyone, but give it a shot because it is available. It tracks mobile time. You can set, it'll like block websites. So if you set like a pure focus time, then if you try to go into like your email inbox, if you have that listed, it won't let you in unless you wait a certain amount of time and tell it. Anyways, so it's really good for stopping those times where you're just, whoops, I ended up on Facebook, like things like that. So that said, though, I think that, it's more important that we have a framework, something that helps us instead of just saying, I use these tools and they kind of help me do a couple things. So what I mean by that is if you haven't yet, every once in a while, I'll just put a number on it. Once every quarter, every 90 days, do time blocking where you keep track of yourself down to the I'd say 15 minutes, and try to do that for at least a full day, if not 2 or 3 days. And this is one of the most difficult things that I've done, but the payoff is huge. And usually I'll end up only doing it for a day because immediately you start seeing where you're wasting time and how you could spend that time better. Okay. And so, you'll start just being honest with yourself. Like nobody else is going to see this. Just write it down. You could have a Post-it note. You could have a notebook, whatever. And maybe you have a reminder every hour just to update what you did over the past hour in 15-minute increments. Were you on Facebook? Just write it down. Were you in your email? Write it down. And once you do that, you'll start to see, oh, hey, maybe I should stay out of my email in the morning. I shouldn't keep the tab open, and I should have a reminder to check it right before lunch or something like that. It's just one idea, but doing that on a regular basis just reminds yourself, oh, this is how I'm structuring my day, and this is how I'm actually spending that time. And that, to me, is a huge time saver. Okay, it's just being aware of where you're spending your time, and the way to do that is by kind of writing down, or I don't know what you would call it. It's not really time blocking, but just writing down what you've been doing. The next one I think is a really good one for saving time is Pomodoro technique. And I think that I've kind of talked about this in terms of focused, and you really focus in. So let's say you do a Pomodoro, and if you're not familiar, this just means focusing and cutting out distractions for a shorter period of time and then taking a break. And you kind of repeat that cycle. And so a lot of us work better under some form of deadline. Okay. And I'm not saying that all of us, need to put a date and a big countdown timer, but having, let's say, a 25-minute period where we say, we're going to work on this one thing for 25 minutes or until it's done, and then go. We block out the chat apps, we put our phone away, and most of us tend to get a lot done. It's amazing when you put yourself into that mode, how much you can get done. And you say, I've only got 25 minutes, go. Turns out we can get an incredible amount of work or tasks done and be really productive. And then sticking to that and saying, okay, and that 25 minutes is up, stop, get up, go do something else that doesn't involve focusing. So, literally go for a 5-minute walk, go get some water, take a walk around the house, do the laundry, something like that, where your brain just gets to relax, gets to kind of think, it's playing catch up, and you're getting a chance to relax as well. And physically move around is generally a good idea. All right. So other than that, I would just say that adding on to the idea of looking at our time for this is use your calendar. This is really important, as I always talk about doing a daily review, but then starting to put into your calendar where you think you're going to be doing these tasks, okay, as you plan your day. And maybe that's in the best self journal, and you're just filling out your day in terms of what you're doing throughout it. Maybe it's in your online calendar, but getting used to that generally helps save time because you get better at estimating and understanding how much time things will take you. So I think that that's some good tools to help you start saving some time. Thanks for watching. You can stay up to date by subscribing right there. If you'd like to come join our free Facebook group about process, automation, productivity, all that good stuff, you can do that right there. Just answer the few quick questions and you'll be in.